cause you ready. Now I'm racing for your love. Make me wanna hop in my car and race for your love. Make me wanna hop in my car and race for your love.
Yeah, remix that for you.
KCRH 89.9 FM East Bay's Best Friday. Big Reeds now is chilling, man. We had a couple of songs going just now. The homie DJ LY Vell is here.
Yes, I am. I was stuck. I was looking at something. My bad.
I'm
in the building now.
area. Follow him on Twitter. The homie NAN's in the building.
Homeboy
What's happening, boy?
C510.
The homie Homeboy is in here. Now we got a special guest in here for y'all today, man. So for y'all that have been waiting, now's the time. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are.
What's happening? This is Rossi out the HBK gang out of Richmond, California, coming through to say what's up.
Just like that. Now, how long have you been doing music for the people that don't know?
I've been doing music. I've been doing it off and on, honestly, since I was a kid. Honestly.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
And what are some of your major musical influences?
Michael Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Prince, Bobby Brown, R. Kelly, Luther Vandross. I can go on.
You just been going for a while.
I can go on.
I can dig that. I can dig that. Now, what are some of the songs that you've worked on in the past that people may know about and stuff like that, and to familiarize people with who they might be listening to right now if they're not already familiar?
Well, I had this song with my fellow HBK members, I Am Sue and HBK Skip. It's called Out the Door.
Mm-hmm.
It was on KML for a while, and it had a nice little internet. Well, it has a nice little internet presence.
Okay.
Feel free to Google it or YouTube it or whatever you may. But that song did pretty well. That was actually the song that started to get people to really, really start paying attention to me, if anything.
Yeah.
So that's one of them.
Yeah, so this last weekend I was listening to the radio. I usually tune into some of the bigger stations within the Bay Area and stuff like that. And one of the DJs, DJ Amen, actually premiered a song. That's actually your new single, I think, from what I understand. It's called Like This, featuring I'm Sure, which we're gonna get into in a few minutes. And now with that project, with that track, now what was the process behind it? Were you guys focused on trying to make a song together, or was it just something that just happened?
It's just like how it was with Out the Door. Honestly, it kind of just happened as it did.
Yeah.
How it came about was that song was actually Pilo's. So shout out to Pilo. He actually produced it, and he sent it to me as a sample, just as a snippet. That's what he sent it to me as, and he was gonna use it for his own thing, and he actually had somebody else on the song, like a whole nother singer and stuff like that, but he ended up not using it at all. And I just remembered it, and I just asked him what he was doing with it, because it took him so long or whatnot. And then he just said you can go ahead and have it. And then from there, me and my homie over here, Neiman, and shout out to him, and we put it together, and then threw Sue on there. Just going from there.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, it just kind of as far as Sue goes, it just kind of happened.
And it seemed like after this track dropped, you got a good response from it. I've even seen some little tweets from some major people actually tweeting. I think Free from 106. They used to be on 106 Park back in the day. She tweeted
crazy
about it. That was dope.
How was that?
Honestly, with these type of things, I'm gonna tell you like I tell a lot of my friends. It's like with these things, it's really, really boring with me. Like I have a really boring story because I'm numb to it because I really can't believe it. It's something that you can't really prepare for.
Yeah.
Because it's like, as an artist, of course, like when you first go into it, like of course you want people to want autographs. You want people to want pictures. You want your song to be on the radio, and you want people
to like recognize, right?
Yeah, you want people to recognize you. You want these type of things, but when it actually starts to happen, you can't prepare for that.
Yeah.
And I tell people that all the time, like you can't really prepare for it. So with me, it's boring because like I sit there and I just like when the song was played, when it was premiered on the radio, like I was sitting there and I was just really, really stuck and quiet. Like I didn't jump, I didn't holler, I wasn't like super excited or anything like that. Of course I'm excited internally, but if you just looked at me, I would probably just look like I was just like dull and just nonchalant about it because I'm really just shocked. Like it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So to see her, to see that she, liked the record, let alone put it on her. I mean, to put it on her blog, let alone like the record. God is good.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's definitely dope. Now, coming up doing music throughout the times, like coming from, you said you've been doing it since you were a kid and everything like that. What have been some of the challenges, some of the obstacles that you had to overcome in order, to get to the point to where you are now?
Well, I feel like my whole life I've been kind of just being molded for what I've been wanting to do, and what that is like a story.
Okay.
Just kind of because overall, like this is just what I want to do. I love it, but with the platform, with what I'm doing, like I want to be able to help people and tell them like what it is that I had to deal with coming up and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, like and shout out to my mom's, whatever, because she has 6 of us or whatnot, and we was in and out of hotels and stuff like that. Like growing up and stuff, we was homeless a lot. And my mom did whatever she could, worked as many jobs or sold whatever she wanted, or whatever she had to to keep us afloat and keep us out the system.
Of course.
And stuff like that. So that's part of the stuff that kind of molded me to, who I am. And artistically, sitting in a lot of those hotels and stuff like that, I had nothing to do but watch like music videos and stuff like that. So so that's why I kind of had to model myself over, after like, who was the people that I said that I looked up to.
Some of the artists that you mentioned earlier in the interview. So definitely.
So the challenges so the challenges started off just early, so it's just kind of just like when other little stuff, kind of come about, like if somebody just cats on anything, like, like a show or like a bogus promoter or something like that just kind of rolls down my back because I've been through a lot more than that.
Yeah, definitely. For real.
So at what point did you like find that voice and you said, this is what I want to do? Just like flat out, I don't want to rap, I don't want to dance, I just want to be a singer.
2007. I always say it was one of the best and the worst years of my life because I went through a very, very, very challenging situation as far as like, like with my son and stuff like that. He's 6. But at that time, like he and me and his mother weren't having the best of times or whatnot, so we had to go to court for a lot of various reasons and stuff like that. So I didn't necessarily know how to go about my life at the time. Yeah. Because singing was just something that I like to do and stuff like that. I didn't necessarily know if it was something I wanted to do, like for a life and career-wise and stuff like that. And I just prayed on it, honestly. I'm not trying to just get all super. Yeah, but I'm a guy for the dude. Yeah, and I just I just prayed on it. I was just like, I don't know what to do. So just point me in the direction I'm gonna run with it. And then that's where Jacquay comes into play. Jacquay is a good partner of mine, so shout out to him. And he kind of
my little cousin
helped me, and he helped mold me into what he helped like kind of just shape out my voice and stuff like that. Because he helped me develop a little bit of consistency and stuff like that. And then from there I realized that I lost my voice because I was just singing too
just
much.
going.
I was just doing way too much, and I wasn't really singing with much discipline. And then when I lost my voice, and I felt like I was making all this progress, and then once I lost it, I was just like, well, I'm not gonna get my voice back. That's how I felt because I couldn't talk for a couple weeks, let alone like sing. So I kind of had to get it back. And then from there, like I just kind of felt like that was the man's way of saying like, this is what I gave you. Now you realize, like
what life is like without it.
So from there, I just been kind of full go ever since. Okay. Not even kind of, I've been full go ever since.
Doing your job then, doing what you're supposed to do. Can't get better than that.
Definitely. Now, how do you feel about the whole state of music now within the Bay Area? Now, it seems like it's gotten a lot better over the past year and a half, 2 years. It's gotten a lot better, but like, how do you feel personally about the way everything is going?
I love it. It's see, because like when I was in high school, that's when like the hyphy movement and stuff was going on. And shout out to everybody that was involved with that because what I'm saying, it was very, very good for that time and stuff. But I feel like at that time, like people were kind of trying to be what they weren't then. Like even myself included. Like because I wore these old super baggy clothes and that's just not me. But I was just trying to experiment and try to call myself quote unquote fitting in and stuff like that. It wasn't necessarily me. And then just kind of how music started to materialize afterwards, like with the punk rock phase and then kind of into what it is now and stuff like that. It kind of showed the diversity of what is the Bay Area and stuff like that. And so from there, like it's just a little bit of everything, like from various artists from different San Francisco, Richmond, Oakland, Vallejo, just in San Jose, everywhere far in between. It's just I like to see diversity. I just like to see what else is different around it, and it's accepted. Like it's not too much of a standard. Like as what it was before. And so because of that's what makes me love it, honestly.
And now you have a new single that's out right now.
I have a new single that's
called
out right
Like
now.
This featuring I Am Sue. Can you do me a favor and introduce you to the people?
What's happening? Again, this is Rossi. And I got a new song, and it's called Like This, featuring Young Sooty May LaFlair. So we finna get into it like this. Yeah.
All you ladies pop your thing like this, like this, like this. All you ladies pop your thing like this.